Ladies and gentlemen, this month's Best of Show, OPPD board meeting, June 2016. Let's go.
Laverne Giant, 49 Chicago. It's just not true. Uranium mining, processing, all of that has a huge carbon impact. Renewables and wind energy has a lot less than nuclear power ever did. Plus, nuclear is pretty dangerous. I agree with this management's recommendation. I don't really like the safe store so much, but if you are going to adopt this policy, I hope you also adopt the principles for safeguarding nuclear waste at reactors, and that would be to require a low-density open-frame layout for fuel pools, establish hardened on-site storage. Now, the reason that's important is because the federal government is not going to take your waste. The federal government does not want a centralized depository, because that becomes a target for radicals and terrorists and criminals and the such. So it's much harder to hit 100 sites than it is one. And also protect your fuel pools over these years, because if you don't re-rack them, they have a chance of a pool fire. If any water gets out of there, you won't have enough air around them to be able to keep them cool. Dedicate funding to local and state governments to independently monitor the sites. And, of course, prohibit processing, because that would mean hauling the stuff around the country in planes, trains, and automobiles. I'm not the only one that thinks this. Western Nebraska Resources Council signed on to this, and also Nebraskans for Peace signed on to it also, along with, I've already sent you all this information via email, and of course all the other groups that are in the country also signed on to this. So I hope you do sign on to it. To alleviate your natural gas problems, take that excess capacity, turn that into hydrogen. Burn hydrogen as your 2% peak. Hydrogen burns at a much hotter rate than natural gas. It's much safer, it's much cleaner. And that would be the best bet. And then you'd be totally sustainable and renewable. You'd have solar, wind, and hydrogen as a gas. And that would get rid of your future flexibilities and troubles and worries if you can get it delivered. Because that the argument of natural gas, because in the past we've seen problems with that supply, is a great argument. And I would suggest take your overcapacity, turn it into hydrogen fuel, store it there on site, and then you can use that as your 2%, and then you're completely clean. So let's really try to clean this up. You are on the precipice right now to move this from the single largest polluter in our state. OPPD is currently the largest land, water, air polluter in our state. You also create the most hazardous waste. You have this opportunity to turn this utility around and become a clean, efficient utility. I congratulate our new CEO, because
30 seconds.
For the entire year that he's been here, he's done every single thing, every step along the way, from the rate restructuring and corporate restructuring, to turn this utility around from a polluter to a clean utility. And I'm very proud of that initiative that's gone on this year. And I hope it continues, and please vote for it, and thank you, and have a beautiful day.
Thank you. I might correct a statement that you made. It's not the CEO that is, and I don't want a response. It's not the CEO that has directed this matter, it's the board. The board has, we asked the senior leadership team to evaluate the process, to model what we're doing. The board has made these decisions to go forward. Tim is one piece of that leadership team. He's the head of the leadership team, but collectively we directed that leadership team to give us options, and that's what's happened. So I appreciate, I don't expect an answer, please don't.
The 2013 report was released. This board did not follow it, and it wasn't until this man became the CEO.
I don't need a response.
I just want to let you know, 2013 report you did not release, which showed the same exact information.